Hey guys, hope everybody's having a good one. Yeah, I haven't had the start-up music on. Yeah, I know. I went back and put it on, and it just doesn't match the conversation pieces right now. Because this one is about, what society expects you to be and where they expect you to be in your grief. I'm starting to see a lot of it, starting to notice. I'm doing a lot of reading around it. I'm reading a book, which if you go back to my last podcast and go into the description, I've got the book in there. It's a really good book that a great friend posted to me. And I've been reading that, and it's making a lot of sense. And I've been doing a lot of research and kind of studies and things around death and dealing with death and Buddhism and Hindu sides of things and yin and yang and working with my own emotions, sitting with my own emotions. What emotions are they? What am I feeling? I've been in some really, really shitty, horrible, nasty, dark areas too, to where you don't believe you got anything there. You don't believe you got anybody there or anything, and guilt, and there's all different kinds of emotions that everybody is going to experience differently depending on their grief. Now, when I say grief, it doesn't always mean someone has passed on. In this case, it does. And those that know me really well know that my mum passed away on the 25th of December, 2025. 26th of December, 2025, Boxing Day. And I spoke to her on the 25th. Everything was good. She seemed okay. We had a decent chat. But little did I know that when I said, goodbye, I love you, that was going to be the last time I was going to even get to say that. I had no idea whatsoever. I didn't have any idea. And so you go through a grief process, and what I'm starting to notice is, and trust me, I know a lot of my guys that have got a hold of me, especially those I guide. Thank you to those people. Let me tell you, those people out there that I guide, that come to me, the outpouring of love from you guys has been amazing. I see my first guy today, young fella, anxiety and stuff, and I told him, you're the first one I've come face to face with after getting the news. But even when this fella got the news, he was like, "Oh, mate, amazing." What can you say, right? What can you say? There's some people I would love to have heard from and didn't. It would have been nice just to have had even a message of, "Hey, man, I don't have any words." Just that there can make a massive, 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 massive difference. And you start to believe, that you're not really thought about. There's I've got some of that going on as well. Let me tell you. But the support has been really from you guys out there, and even followers out there that follow my channel. I got a beautiful card and a keychain, and from Jarrett's Journey. Go and check them out. Just unexpected. But and then you got society. Then you've got the people that are there supporting and are praying for you, and they're there, and they're there. And then you got the ones that are we got to get over it. Oh, she had a great life, all that kind of stuff. And when you say you got to when you're telling someone you got to get over it, you know, first of all, that person is hurting. So to tell them they got to get over it isn't going to do a damn thing but cause an anger. You're going to put more suffering. And this book I'm reading, the lady that lost her fella, she heard, well, haven't you got over that yet? Come on, really? Are you kidding me? But I'm starting to get some of those, you know, well, you just got to get on with it. Just get on with life, you know, no, it's a process. You're basically, I'm making you feel uncomfortable and you believe that I'm supposed to be through a certain thing or a certain process already, or when you're happy with it. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, man. I tell you, there's a heart in this, and grief is an extension of love for a person. If you didn't love that person or care about that person, you wouldn't grieve the way you do. And sorry, I can't just brush shit off like that. I care deeply about people that I love. I care deeply about friends of mine that have become family to me. I care deeply about people. And you can't just brush that away. But society, a lot of people out there don't know how to react around someone that's, you know, thank God I was on the journey I'm on, and I've had people sit in front of me that have had loss in many different ways. And there's a process. Even when it comes to long relationships or you may even be, say, like codependent really badly on somebody, and if they disappear or walk out the door, it's like someone just died. I have them sitting in front of me, and then you do the work, just like I'm doing right now. I'm doing the work. But it ain't bloody easy. And for anybody out there that believes that this is supposed to be some kind of easy process, or you just get over it, or, you know, oh, you got to be over that by now, and oh, you got to get on with life. Listen, if you're saying it to someone that's, I get it. Yes. I understand, and don't think that we're like this continually. We have those moments. Listen, lately, because I'm only 2 weeks in. I'm only 2 weeks into losing my mum, and there's a lot of thinking going on. There's a lot of guilt. There's a lot of all kinds of shit going on. Thank God I have communication with my sister, who happens to be over there doing the heavy shit. And I think every day about her, and don't know how to express in words the emotion around the love for my sister as well. She lost her mum. There's been a nan lost on both sides of the ocean. But you don't just go, hey, freaking... How do you... There's no words, man. There's no words. I remember when a mate of mine, I remember I was out walking one day, and I had a voicemail, and I thought, oh, first thought in my mind was, I'm out walking, I'll get back to it. It wasn't so long ago. I'll get back to it. And I thought, no. And I answered, I thought, no, I'll call him back. And I called him back. And I've got a mate on the other end of the phone absolutely going to shit. And in broken words through that, telling me that just lost his daughter. I ain't going to say who it is or anything like that, so don't anybody go asking or anything. Don't matter. Don't matter. At that moment, I wanted to be there for him, even if it was on the other end of a phone. I wish I'd have had some of that from some people. Because I just, my heart bled. I just couldn't, I didn't know what to say. And all I could, and I'm like, dude, I just freaking I was near on breaking down, listening to him. And the pain and the hurt and the lost and the feeling of abandonment. I felt that yesterday. I was going through some heavy shit last night, like really bad. All day I was to others on the outside, I'd be like, oh, you had a decent day. Yeah, okay. That's what it looks like, right? But I was freaking constantly working, constantly moving, constantly putting my mind in. And in the end, towards the evening, when I sat and I looked at the TV, it just all freaking started coming out. It just did. But all I could say to my mate was, dude, I have no words. I don't know what to say. And now I loved him. Just like when my mate come walking through those freaking doors, I'm looking at him right now. And I looked at him and there was no words. There was no words. And he come walking over and he's been there before with me. When I went really tits up and went to shit once with my anxieties and that, and the believing that I was being abandoned, a completely different thing. But I went freaking dark to suicidal, crazy, and he grabbed hold of me and pulled my head in and he said, you know we love you, right? I played that same scenario out when he walked through that door. He didn't even have to say that. He's going through a whole heap of shit himself too. Let me tell you. A lot of shit. A lot of shit. And I've done the same for other people too. I could be going through some heavy, just horrible shit. And if I hear like I did my mate on the other end of that phone in pieces, my stuff, I will deal with that in a minute. Right now, I've got someone here that's hurting bad. And it's connecting with that person through love, not getting over it. It's not about that. It's about showing your heart, showing you're there, showing you care. Because society, I tell you now, if you're going through any kind of grief, society's going to work to push you in a direction that you may go in and it's not going to feel good. This bullshit macho bollocks as well. Get over it. Get over it. Fucking bullshit that is. Get over it. What's that bollocks? When someone's going through some pretty heavy shit and you get told, oh, just get over it. Get the fuck out of here with the get over it now. Bullshit. Done with that shit. You can look hard all you want on the outside and think you got a fucking spine and you can go pushing through all kinds of shit, but I bet there's something you come up against where you go to jelly where that other person that you just told to get over it don't. Now, what if they turn around and tell you to get over it? Have an art. Talk to the emotions of the person. Where are they at? Don't try and fix even. My mate didn't try and fix. He walked in that door, came over here where I'm sitting right now. He leaned his backside up against that desk, grabbed my head, and I went to shit. And I could feel the love. Didn't have to say anything. And I also know what that takes when I know what that guy's going through right now too. I know what he's going through right now. And he freaking turned up for me. Don't bow down to a society. If there's those kinds of people that are out there are telling you to get over it and they ain't got time for it, they don't belong in your circle. Because I thank God and I thank the journey and I thank the universe and I thank whatever has put me in this position where I've got people that I can distinguish as the fact that they love me. My sister's even sent messages and apologized because she knows what it does. We're both in a vulnerable position. It's just like, I don't know what to say. What do you say? What can you say to someone that's hurting apart from, I love you, I care about you, I can hear you, I will listen. If you need me, listen. I'll do whatever you want. If you need something, I'll get. We don't prey on that. We don't listen. I don't take advantage of people. There's no way. Listen, if you know me well enough, you know fucking damn well that I don't take advantage of nobody. It's even some of the things that I've heard from my wife, because my wife started getting hold of people, including my clients, when I realised I'm going to need another week here before I can start work. And even getting on with my first guy today, I was a little bit choky. I care for this fella. And I told him that. I told him that. But the messages that were coming back after my wife told my guys, hey, we're sorry to have to say this, but Steve ain't going to be working his practice next week because his mum passed away. Holy shit, I was crying with the feedback. I even had it today. I had a fella, I was checking in, see if he could turn up tomorrow, and he's buried in work. The guy's always buried in work, poor fella. And right at the end, mention about mum. Don't have to. But this young fella I saw today, when I saw him, and I told him, you're the first one I've been able to come face to face with. And I told him, I said, hey, when I do this with you, you don't think that you ain't helping me at all, because you are helping me, because this gives me a purpose and a worth by doing this. And he gave me so much credit, man. He saying how, by me being the open that I am and how it allows, and I've been told this before by some of my guys, I just do what I do. But it's allowing these people that I help be vulnerable too. There's no judgment or anything. It's just me loving someone and wanting them to get somewhere. And I would really, really appreciate and respect the same thing back and not get over it, or you got to move on, or you whatever that, I don't know what that bullshit is, that fucking bunch of bollocks that I'm hearing. Thank God not often, because I'll tell you what, 95% of it, you know, I've had mates say, get a hold of me when you're ready, you know, that some people don't know, that some mates don't. Again, don't know, what'd you say? I got back to a mate of mine over here in England today. I completely, like, freaking, I don't know, mine's all over the place. I don't know, there's probably some that I ain't even freaking contacted, or Trace ain't contacting my wife. But hey, Simon, big shout out to Simon, because he had never met my mum before, and he met her when I was back there in August, and he loved her to death. And the big old hug that they both had a couple of times on him coming in and when they were leaving, that's imprinted in my freaking mind, mate. Let me tell you. And standing out in that parking lot out the back gate of my mum's and grabbing hold of this fella, and I was freaking crying. And he said to me, dude, you saved my ass. Because it was, you know, some chat and all that. He didn't say shit. I just turned up. I had a mate that was in distress. And even though I go through all my anxieties and my stuff and my depression and shit, it was a matter of I can connect and I can help. I can't therapy her, mate, but I can help. And I just fucking started pointing in direction. I'm not going to go into it, but I just started pointing in some directions. And that freaking fella, when I was back there in August, I tell you, you got no idea, matey, how much I fucking love you, dude, for you said that, and it was like, boom, that heart connect was boom there. And I hadn't got back to him until today, because he mentioned, hey, man, you know, shit, get a hold of me when you're ready, love you, you know. So that makes a hell of a difference. So don't give in to society, because it's going to push you in the wrong directions, guys. Your emotions are going to go all over the place, and it's not going to allow you to just sit with and still with the emotions that you're in. You're going to hear it. People ain't going to have time for you. Big shout to my sister. Give everybody love to my sister, yeah. Lots of prayers and positive energy that way, all my spiritual people out there. And if you are in grief, hey, I feel you. I seriously, honestly do. Like I said, it doesn't have to be grief of losing somebody to passing on. It could be losing someone in a relationship or something like that too. Friends, family, you name it, even pets, right? I know one thing, I'm learning a lot of lessons. Including those that matter, including those that are going to get space. Because you know what? The ones that are there are the ones that matter. Much love to all of you. Thanks for listening, and I really appreciate the support. Stay the course. Namaste.